Hey guys, Streaming Iraq War Veteran here, back with another video. This is going to be my revisit on the Dell G5 gaming desktop, the warning that I did before. It's gotten over 20,000 views. I have more information that I did then about these PCs because I've done quite a bit of research and listened to other people and researched complaints and problems with these desktops. No matter how much people in my original video want to argue the fact, the real facts still remain. Okay, as you can see, we're on Dell's site themselves, as you see right here. Okay. Now, to get a decent one that you could play games with pretty well, and probably play anything that you would throw at it, if you really wanted one of these, I would say you'd have to either get this one with the 2070 or this one with the 3070. And what do these both come with? 10th generation i9s, Windows 10 Home, obviously 2737, 32 gigs of RAM, which this one's at least running in dual channel because there's two sticks of 16 gigs at 2933, and this one has 4 sticks at 16 gigs for 64 gigs of memory, which for gaming you'll never need either of those amounts. I have 32 gigs. That's just because that's what I wanted. You could go cheaper and just go with 16 to 8 gig sticks if they offered it. But here's the first warning part of this. As you see here, it says 2933. That's the highest that this 10th gen i9 can go up to on the processor. With these boards, there is no, XMP in the BIOS. So you cannot overclock these very well with these Dell boards at all. I don't know if the BIOS has improved with these ones, but they're not an overclocking system really, period. And there's plenty of reasons that I'll get to that eventually. Say you only wanted a 2070, because that's a good card. So you're going to spend about $2,000 after tax, roughly. I'll show you some of the problems with these, okay? Dell does like to advertise. As you see here, this is the thing. One thing that severely pisses me off. They advertise two different systems here. Okay. This one that you'll more than likely get because it has the stock Intel cooler, and that will run like complete dog shit for thermals. You will thermal throttle a lot with this cooler. My i7 8700, which is a non-K, so you can't overclock it, ran extremely hot on that type of stock cooler. Okay. Mine came pictured with the upgraded cooler like this one. It's very hard to get Dell to actually send you the proper cooler. If you can't get it in your shipping list there, so they send you a paper that has all the parts and everything that's in there. If you can't get them to, type that in that shipping list, you will not get this, and they will not send it to you even if you thought that you were supposed to get it. If it's not in the shipping list, you will not get it in the main parts list or whatever you want to call it. Another major problem with this board, it's only a 4+2 or 6 phase power. Not sure exactly. I'd have to look up on another site. But it's not a overclocking type of board, period. Okay? It's just not because of what it has. Another problem. Why would they need to include this? I guess this ain't a problem, but why include 2 4-pins when you could just use one 4-pin with this system? Another problem with this system. There's only one fan that you see right there, and that's an exhaust. There is no intake fan on this system, and there is no room to install another fan. There just isn't. The graphics card thing goes all the way over here. Here's the power for the graphics card. That's just a standard blower style card, and it goes to the end of the frickin' case. You're going to have overheating issues with that too. The other problem that's been established by many people have been having is this proprietary power supply, which the plug for this power supply, you can't ever upgrade it even if you mod the case. I know I said that in my original video. But you can't upgrade this power supply. It may say from Dell that it's platinum or gold fucking certified, okay? That doesn't mean jack shit. They can put anything they want on it, okay? Many people have had problems with these power supplies overheating because of how cramped they are. And no ventilation. There's no fan in the front over here, period. There isn't. And it's sitting inside a box. This is a shroud that's on the outside of that. There's no ventilation for this except for a little tiny fan in the back. That's not going to do enough, and it's an exhaust fan. It does not cool the rest of this stuff. It just keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter. That's what people fail to understand. Even if it is 80 plus platinum certified, there's no cooling for this. It's inside of a metal box with no ventilation. So what do you think is honestly gonna happen? It's gonna overheat. And a lot of people have been reporting overheating issues and problems with these power supplies. Even the quote-unquote platinum, 80 plus platinum certified ones, okay? That's the only time that is 80 plus platinum certified is when the system is at idle. As soon as you put a load on this system, it all goes downhill from there. And that's what people are failing to understand, and then want to whine and cry about crap in my original video. Because they don't look up the facts, and they're too lazy to look up the facts. These are not good systems. If you want to play a game that's taxing, it's going to tax the crap out of that power supply. The card's going to be fine. The CPU will be fine, but it's going to get up to 90C and it's going to thermal throttle. I'll tell you that right now. If you're lucky enough to get this other cooler, then good. That will probably do much better. But the stock cooler will not. Let me see if I can look up the board for that. Okay. Let's go to images. The board is actually this one. Come on. Yeah, see, 5090. That's the new series board. Can't get a bigger picture of that one. But here you can see, oh, it's a 6-phase power supply at best. Woo, whoopie-doo. It's still not overclockable. It's not an overclocking board at all. Oh, one more thing here. Let me see if I can find a better picture for you. Yeah, this is another way that they skimped on this board big time. Okay. With this board compared to the XPS 8930 that I had, was it going to bring up that picture? Or do I got to go back to it. You see this? This is the M.2 slot right here. Right here. It's not a full-size M.2 slot. And the other problem with this one is it is a DRAM-less M.2 drive. So it's going to be shit. It's not like the full-size ones that have DRAM that are actually faster. This is a hell of a lot slower M.2 SSD. So don't expect maximum like good M.2 speeds out of that SSD that's in there, because it's a small one. It does not have DRAM cache, so it will be smaller. Granted, it looks like you can put one right there, but they don't include it. damn it, I opened up the same thing again. Really wish I had a better picture. 5090. Yeah, here's someone's, see if I can, yeah. See, they don't include the hard drive there. They only include, when they do, that piddly one that's wherever the heck it is. That should be, oh, under up top. So it's like, well, they might not have included in this system at all unless it's under all this, which it might be. But as you see, this one does look like it's gold certified. So I'm going to try to put this to my desktop real quick. Open it. Paint, I don't care. Alright, I want to zoom into the part. Zoom out just a tad bit. Some things I really want to look at are like, yeah, there's the M.2 drive right there. That's the only SSD they give you, is right there. And it's a DRAM-less cache drive, so it doesn't have the DRAM on that for the M.2. And here's the power supply. 6-pin. Okay, granted, this is what the new standard will be eventually, but there's no standard power supplies out anywheres that use this right now and won't use it anytime soon. That's what they're hoping to switch to, I guess. Granted, this one says 80 plus something. 80 plus bronze. Bronze ain't that great. And this is the standard one that comes with it. This is a 360, 380 watt power supply. So it's crap. So this one probably has a 1660 in it. But this M.2 drive, they don't give you an extra standoff, so you'd have to move this one. At least it will take the 2280, a standard size M.2. So I would literally chuck that other one in the fucking garbage, because it is garbage, by the way. Because it's going to be slow as crap. It's nothing compared to like the other ones are. Here you see the power phases. There's 6. That's it. So you're not going to be having a fun time overclocking with that. And once again, no extra fan headers that I can see. I mean, of course you can use a Molex connector adapter, but not even over here. There's no room in the front over here for any expansion of another fan. So Dell, in their infinite wisdom, they could have had an intake here. But they got all these wires and all this connection crap going on over here. And there's no... It steps down right there too. There's no spot, period, for an extra fan. So their setup that they did, and obviously nothing on top right there anyways, or over here because you got the hard drive trays. But Dell, in their infinite wisdom, didn't include any intake. This is an exhaust. This is just going all over the place. So what the fuck are you supposed to do with it? And you know for a fact that the power supply is not a modular power supply, so I don't even see any extra SATA connectors besides the ones that are already routed up here, which is okay to have if you wanted to put a couple SSDs or 3.5 drives in there. But there's no... Oh, God, he got this from Dell. One stick of RAM, so it's not even running in dual channel. That's loss in performance right there. Granted, if you're never going to do overclocking, and if you never plan on upgrading your graphics card to anything in the future, and you just plan on throwing it away later, the only thing I would still be considered to be a problem at that point would straight up be this, okay? Because the only time that these are 80 plus anything certified is when it's at idle, and that's been proven by people. People have tested this, so it's nothing spectacular, okay? Let's get back to here real quick. I think my cat farted. Holy crap. Anyways, let's see if he's got any other pictures. Yeah, light. I don't care about that. Superb pricing. No, there's others that are much better in pricing, by the way. Actually, I did a video on that not too long ago. Sorry, I was not ignoring you. I did one recently with that Omen L30. I was looking at it from Best Buy or Newegg. We'll go back there real quick. We will check Newegg real quick, because I was looking up some of theirs. If you want to watch the video that I did recently, I went through looking through Best Buy and Newegg for gaming desktops. So I went like this and I went gaming desktop. We'll go back through and look at that one real quick though. Yeah, I went through looking at all these, looking at specific areas of them to see if they were any good and if it would be something that I would actually buy. I'm not saying I'm any kind of expert on this sort of stuff, but the stuff that I do know, yeah, this one here, I did look at this. And this one was kind of hard to judge. I'm not sure about the power phases. If this is more like the cooler, so it's a little hard to tell, but it has two of them, so it might be better at overclocking. It depends on how many sticks of RAM they give you. Yeah, there's some of these I couldn't actually judge. At least it looks like a regular ATX power supply, a standard one. You got a dust filter. I mean, if it meets your needs, this would be better, I think. Way better than the Dell G5, to be honest. You wouldn't ever need 64 gigs of RAM, so you could go down to 16 gigs here. SSD, you buy the minimum, and you can upgrade it later. Ah, here's a better picture. Come on. Oh, double tap. All right. Yeah, I can't really tell, like I said, with the power phases, but you know when they have two sets of coolers on top? Like that, you know it's going to be better. It might be a decent board for overclocking. HyperX RAM, all four of them are filled. I'm guessing that's a 64 configuration, maybe. Looks like a Western Digital M.2 drive, so that's better than the Dell right there, because the Dell's only included a small SSD that was a DRAM-less SSD, so it's slower. Any one of those ones that include like a half size that's only this big from here to here, you don't ever want to get it because it's DRAM-less cache, so it's going to run like complete shit. I like their wiring. Everything looks nice. That's a nice cable right there. I like that actually. I wish my cable was that skinny at the end, honestly. I got a custom power supply off the shelf one. Mine's a Corsair AX850 or something like that anyways. It's an 850 from Corsair. This system looks pretty nice, actually. And the other thing with this one, too, is, well, it's got an intake and exhaust. That's an all-in-one, so that's the exhaust. Looks like you got some drive over here. I don't know what that's for. Oh, okay, there's an intake there, exhaust for that. Doesn't look that bad. Looks like you have plenty of breathability through there. Out the back, down through the bottom. But the advantage with something like this, too, is the fact that you can probably upgrade everything with it. Because I don't think it's proprietary. I know the power supply isn't. I don't think the motherboard is. Looks like it's a regular motherboard. I don't know, but that looks like a pretty good system, I would say. It's a Z board, so you know it's good for overclocking. Platinum PSU, so yeah, I would say this is a much better choice. Why is it? Oh, it's so high because it's a 370 or 3070. That's not a horrible price, though, honestly. But compared to the Dell G5, it's just, I don't like Dells. Me personally, it's, I mean, look at that. A lot of complaints on the 1-star, just on their site alone. Why is it not? Go to the reviews, damn it. Yeah, because this one, if you can't replace a motherboard or anything, you don't even have a back I/O shield that can be removed. Alright, here we go. This is what I wanted to look at, the 1-stars for this. Yeah, running slow because it's a DRAM-less cache. Or a DRAM-less M.2. Yeah, hot. Of course it's going to be. I guarantee you got a stock cooler and that power supply that everybody's been complaining about being overheating. That's a problem with these. None of these things that they put in here, like drivers and shit like that, or BIOS and blah blah blah, will ever change the fact of it overheating. See, overheating 7 days ago, 17 days ago. Yeah, it's pointless, and that's the Dell's copy and paste bullshit right there. See? Look at this shit. Don't purchase. It has a PC. It will overheat and will run at slower speeds until it dies. There's so many problems with this thing, and it's mostly overheating. It's because there's no intake. The stock's Intel cooler for a hot chip and that power supply. I don't care if it says it's 80 plus anything, okay? Lots of people have been complaining about that power supply overheating, and that's going to cause more heat in your side of your case, especially when there's no ventilation like these morons have put in there. So it's never recommended to go with something like this. Let's look at 2-stars. Oh, you can't turn off the blue light at all, and it's over brightening. Well, yeah, because Dell puts in a lot of bloatware. That's another problem with Dell. Yeah, they did that to me too. Awful fan and heat sink and fan running at 95 degrees, which 100 C is the limit on those CPUs. Sent the PC back for new fan and heatsink. They sent the same thing back. Yeah, I got two computers from Dell when they were supposedly going to send me the one with the proper cooler. It never fucking happened. They sent me the same dumb thing. I should have took the 1080 out of it and fucking just kept that and sent them back everything else. Yeah, so it's a lot of overheating issues. I don't know, honestly, why anybody would buy this. They want to sit there and say all day long that it's so damn good and blah, blah, blah. It's just not, dude. It's really not. These ones are not any better. These new XPSs. And I'll show you why. You're going to have a lot of similar issues as the other one. Special edition or not, it don't really frickin' matter. It's basically the same thing in the inside as the other one. Same setup. No intake fan, one exhaust fan. Proprietary shit power supply. So the XPS this time around isn't any better. After the XPS 8930 that I had, they went to all this shit. Okay, it's no good. It's garbage. And you won't ever get this upgraded cooler. You will get the stock cooler. That's how shady fucking they are. Let's look at another one from Dell. Even these Alienwares. They're not even Alienware anymore. It's just a Dell with Alienware badging. Alienware used to be good computers. They haven't been a good computer in ages. $2,000 for whatever this piece of crap is. Oh, so this is an XPS 8930 case, basically. The internals are an XPS 8930. This one would be a little bit better, but the biggest problem with the XPS 8930, even with the upgraded CPU coolers, it just wasn't enough. It really wasn't. Power supply could be upgraded, which means you can upgrade your graphics card to something higher if you wanted to. But the proprietary motherboard was only a 6-phase power, so it's not an upgrading motherboard at all, or overclocking motherboard, excuse me. But this is the same damn internal case as the 8930. They've used it for others in the past too, like other Dell computers and shit like that. That's the only Alienware they offer anymore? Wow. Yep, that looks like the only one they offer now is these things. Which is just a glorified 8930. Yeah, so they don't even do the bigger ones anymore. How ridiculous. At least it's got a full-size power supply, so at least the power supply won't cause overheating. What other desktops do they have? Ooh, they only do 3. Wow. Oh, jeez. There is one more place to go for the outlet. Okay. You can find some of Dell's older stuff in here. 40 now. I don't know how this 3880 would be. Depending on how it comes and what kind of specs, how well you can update it. If they don't come with any kind of graphics, if it just says integrated, you might as well not even get it, because unless you're using it for Facebook and Twitter and crap, then it's not worth it, because there's no way you can get a good graphics card unless you're going to pay out the ass. And a 1030 is not worth it. I still want to look at one just to see what's in the how the inside looks. It's their Inspiron. Oh, no other pictures? Nope. Oh, well, yeah. Yep, no different than the other one. Okay, that's garbage. Just what I see in this right here? No. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Cooler Master power supplies are good. I have a Corsair myself. Mine's 850. Well, I'll go back to it real quick. It's the fact that the thing's choked off and there's no no air getting to it, period. Most server ones are intelligent enough to have a fan on each end to blow air all the way through it. This one doesn't. It's not a server grade power supply by any means. It's just a what it actually is the new. Eventually, it's going to be the new standard power supplies. All of them are going to be going to that. And the only way that that is a 80 plus anything, excuse me, is on that power plug. It's a 6-pin power plug, and the new power supply types only deliver 12 volts. It does not deliver 5 volts or anything else. That has to be managed through the motherboard. So the only time that these power supplies get any kind of platinum review or bronze or whatever is because of because it's idle and it's only shooting out 12 volts. It's not doing anything else. It's not doing 5. It's not doing any 8. Any of it. My apologies. I keep yawning because I haven't took a nap today and I don't want to. I don't know what this is for. It might be for their lighting, but the DRAMless cache goes right here. See, you can see it's a 6-pin and it's only 12 volt. You know, the other part that I think is bullshit, they didn't include, and they don't include, the standoff for the M.2 over here. And you can see 6-phase power supply, 6-phase power delivery. So it's not gonna run well at all. And these are your only 2 fan headers. This one goes to the CPU, and this one goes to the one exhaust fan. That's it. And you see all this extra stuff here around the power delivery? That's to change some of the voltages down to 5 volts for these sort of things. Because these USB connectors and shit don't use anything higher than 5 volts. But the power supply, even though they say it's like I think. Gotta wait for that picture to get bigger, I guess. I think one of them has said like it was platinum supposedly. I think this is the same one that I've looked at, but they plugged that into there. I don't know what that other plug was for. There's like another little one over here, but there's no room for expandability for an intake. This is a straight closed off box. There's one teeny little fan back here as an exhaust. So all the heat that's generated at this end just keeps building up. Just one exhaust fan is not going to be able to suck all that air through there. Especially since, oh wow, I take that back. No fucking exhaust fan, period. Wow, Dell's stupider than I thought. I mean, how could they put an exhaust fan there? Look at that. There's no exhaust fan. And they wonder why the shit overheats. It's in a sealed metal box with just some holes right here. Wow. And everything's jam-packed and tight together. This is hilarious. I thought it had an exhaust fan back here. It just straight up don't. Every server style one has a fan, at least one fan on the end. And usually for server styles, they're such a powerful fan that it will go all the way through. But this, there's no fan in that power supply at all. Holy hell. And then there's your one exhaust fan. Oh, there's a manufacturing defect from factory. Look at that. That's not even level. Wow, no exhaust fan, no fan in that power supply at all. I guess there's no room for it. You could maybe put like an 80 millimeter or less in there, because this one's a 90. Yeah, it may look like one, but this is such lower quality than a server power supply. I mean, there's no fan there. Let's do this. Let me see if I can save that image. Bring it up and see if I can really zoom in on it. Oh, probably not. Nope, it went to crap real quick. Let me see if I can look up what that power supply actually looks like. I do not know why the internet's running like shit tonight. Let me turn off my phone Wi-Fi. I don't think that'll make any difference. We'll see. Okay. I won't get rid of some of these things I'm not using. $50, $90. Yeah, Poe. Power supply. Yeah, nowhere's in any of these pictures does it show a freaking fan in that. I mean, that's a server one. This one isn't, you know... I have to reset my box. Like the internet's running like shit today. See, that's a server one. It has a fan. Yeah. Yeah, that's a server one. That's not the power supply for that motherboard because it doesn't have these. Yeah, that's a server one. That's an actual server Dell one. Now, why didn't they use that? I mean, look, there's a fan there. But this one plugs into another board. The Dell one does not. The G5. Is that all you get? 4-pin, 8-pin, 6-pin. There might be a fan. Okay. Look, might be a fan at the end of it. I don't even know if that's the XPS one. It might be. Or not the XPS, the 8930. Or 5090. I guess it is, supposedly. But I think this one will just work. It didn't come off of it because it says it's compatible with a bunch of others. This one has a fan, at least. So there might be a fan in the end of it. But this one doesn't say anything about any 80 plus anything. Yeah, I'm having an alright day. Tired today, but I'm not gonna take a nap because I gotta get up early and pay bills and go to the bank tomorrow and do a whole bunch of other shit. $102, huh? So it might actually have a fan right there. Why are these sites running like crap? But this isn't the same one that's in there, though. Oh god. 385 watts? Yeah, you're not going to run any decent graphics card off of that, period. AliExpress? Ooh, I don't buy nothing off of there. There was, if I go to the... want to go to the... upgrade Dell community, huh? A 460 watt with 3060 Ti, maybe. You're really fucking pushing it, dude. Really? This idiot thinks he's putting that in there? Not thinking much. Especially with that. Oh, okay, there's an adapter. But it's still, with a 24 pin, if you go to another motherboard, I don't know why you would want to. Or use that power supply in anything else. You're not getting 5 volts off of that. That's why it's missing so many damn wires. That's just putting them where they would be on a normal 24 pin connector. Dumb idea. I mean, if there wasn't problems with the power supply, why would all this shit like this exist? Let's see what else there is to talk about besides some of the dumb crap that's on here. What fits inside the case? God, did somebody hack it apart? Okay. Oh, that's not the same case. FYI, so this dude's a douchebag for even posting this. Yeah, this fits in that case. No. That's not even the Dell case. I mean, anybody with any kind of common frickin' sense can realize, oh, wait a minute. This stuff ain't here. The Dell case ain't black. Fuck. People will do anything to be stupid, I guess, but whatever. Wow. Oh, man. Well, I think I'm going to end this video and actually stream a game, though. I might play some Rust for a little bit. See if anybody's on. But if you want to watch their Fear Willie, I'll be back on in shortly, or anybody else that might be watching. Have a good one.